Hey, what's up, peoples? Here we are. Now, let's see. I got some things in mind to talk about, and hopefully I will remember all of them. Throughout my day, I'll grab different things and see if I can, hold on to it, to bring up for a vlog. And yeah, right now I'm gonna do a little rundown. I don't know, if this is all that exciting, as I generally just use the same shit all the time. So, well, let's start with what I've been using here. Okay, BMM 38 Special in orange copper, which at this point it's not distressed, but no coating, so it looks more like a faded Bordeaux at this point. Proro White Darwin with a Psychomods hammer HMMR RBA inside. BMM tips and buttons. This is called turquoise and copper. It didn't come with the mod when I bought it. The tip and buttons. I bought them separately through Charles's website, Captain Chuck's Flavor Island. And inside of it, I'm running baked pistachio delight. Here is the Ion box by Protocol with a clear armor boro and a Vapeware Mods Dope RBA with a Vapeware Mods drip tip. Somebody asked me that in a comment the other day. It was like, what's that drip tip? Where can I get it? I got it in a privatized group buy, I don't know, over a year ago at least, that Ryan was doing. And I generally don't like metal drip tips, but it just matches so perfectly. And because it's such a narrow bore, it doesn't really bother me. It doesn't feel like I'm using like a big chunk of metal that might hit my teeth or something. So yeah, no trouble with this one. This is also a metal drip tip. So here's my BMM Stashbox 2.1. So it's a 21700. Peak buttons. This has a Mob 2 Toxic in there with an unknown phase drip tip, titanium. Also a really small bore. It's a little bigger than this one, but still a small bore. I find I like small bore, small drip tips, narrow, thin drip tips. Yeah, so in the Dope RBA, I have Can Only Be Nuts. It's like a pistachio flavor, cannoli type vibe by Casadega. And in the Mob 2, I'm running where's it at? Well, shoot. Here it is. It's M-Turk pumpkin as fuck. Everything's 3 milligrams. This could use a refill. Here's my UMods Unific with the unknown Enigma RBA with a Harpy White Darwin drip tip on there. Inside this, I have another Casadega product. This is Can Only Be Cookie. And, juice flow control it's just like, I don't need it. I used to even close off the AFC to refill this, but it's such a pain in the ass to do with this particular mod because it's like a caged type side-by-side, caged in white Delrin, basically. So it's a little hard to get in there to even close it. So one day I just figured, fuck it. Why bother? And I don't flip it upside down there or nothing. I just refill it. I never have any leaking with this ever, not once. The Enigma RTA has been very good to me. I'm actually going to segue into a. We're mostly going to do new products today. New products that are coming out is primarily what I want to talk about. I have screenshots of a lot of it, so I don't have to go rifling through my phone to find stuff to talk about this time, fortunately. So let's see. Well, looks like I'm still going to have to rifle through it because I screenshotted a fair bit of things. You know, it's making me think some of my screenshots didn't take. Dude, I did take a lot of them. I must admit. Here it is. So the one was it was on in the BMM group. Somebody asked, what do you think's better, the Narmod's NarVA RTA or the unknown Enigma RTA? And naturally, that question is a little odd because they're pretty different. I mean, the NarVA, by its nature, is a more RDL to MTL type of vape. You know, I'd say it's like a tight RDL vape. It has an AFC, but it really doesn't do all that much. It has an incredible draw, in my opinion. But the Enigma, in its, you know, now that there's pins for it, you can reduce it and everything. But I think it's innate. Like the intention was to, you know, in its nature, I think it's more of a DL vape. You know, a loose RDL, DL-ish type of draw. You know, that's okay. I mean, it would seem like if you're going to release a product for months solely just as it is, and that initial way is with a 4mm opening, and he also mentioned that he would use it with the 3 biggest slots open, airflow holes. So the creator said that and made it that way. Makes it seem like that was the main intention of it and how it should be used, right? So you're comparing apples and oranges in a way a little bit there, you know. But the responses were varied, very varied. You have somebody saying NarVA, Innova, too restrictive. Another guy saying Imperia. Oh, yeah, the one guy said, why aren't the Imperia or Innova on that list instead? Is what he said. Other people are agreeing. 2 completely different styles. Somebody says, NarVA, Enigma is trash. That threw me off. I didn't expect to hear that. I'm missing the one. It's called Cut Off. There was another person that also dissed heavily on the Enigma, and I even responded to that. I was like, "You really feel that way?" You know, and I said, you know, to each their own. I mean, it just surprises me, like, that not only someone doesn't vibe with something, but like pretty much dissed it. And that's like a company that people generally don't diss any of the products for. It's usually quite the contrary. So for people to kind of like throw shade at Unknown, I didn't expect to see that. And they're perfectly right in doing so. If that's how they feel, if that's really how they feel, I'm glad people could be that honest in the groups, you know? Because that's the way it should be. If everyone kisses each other's ass all day about each other's products, there's not going to be any progress, you know? You need criticism like that sometimes. Now, to call it trash, I mean, that's a little abrasive there, but whatever. This one guy said, for MTL, the Picatiny is the best for me, and then somebody laughed at it, and then another guy, and then there's a response, but it's in a different language. So it's crazy how many foreigners are in BMM. I mean, it's American. It's all very American, and yet and it probably started off like all American people, and now it's like most of I feel like the majority of the people are foreign, or all the people that are winning. Charles can't even say their names. It's like, you know, not that I feel like people from other countries should be excluded, but like, I think, now this is so, I mean, maybe it is prejudice, but if I had a company, an American company, and I had like Americans and foreign people in my group, I would probably go out of my way to make sure all the American people were taken care of first. Now, you may think that's fucked up, and I'd feel like that would be fucked up too if some guy in England did the same thing. But at the end of the day, it's their call, you know, so that's how I would be. I would like try to keep things in, you know, not like segregate it, but like I would just look out for the American guys a little more. And there are some American guys in BMM that I feel like he does. I mean, I don't want to say there's favoritism, but I feel like there is, kind of. So, yeah. But that's what I would do, too. So, yeah. I got, the Picatiny thing. We're going to do that live right now. I'm going to go out of the way and look up this thing because Mark Todd did a live yesterday and he mentioned it. And he said something like he didn't understand how it worked or something. Or like didn't think it would wick properly or something. I don't know anything about it. I do know that 3F Vape has cloned it already, but they don't include a picture of it. That's the only time I've heard of it, that they cloned it. And then I heard, you know, the review, and then I seen this comment. So I know nothing about it. Why is this taking forever? The radiator, MTL. I think Mark Todd reviewed that. They got a Colt clone. Okay, here it is. It's a 3 milliliter capacity, 316 stainless steel, 22 millimeter diameter RTA. It looks like an MTL, Bishop or Fev type of airflow, you know, with the side pins. This one comes with a blank pin, so it's just like a Bishop or Fev. You can close it off so it's single-sided. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Comes with 5 pins. It's got 2 in it, I guess. It looks, the cage of it looks like it would be a sub tank or sub tank pre-built coil. That's what it looks like. It takes a pre-built coil. The look of it itself, like the upper part, kind of looks like the shape of it kind of looks like a Patibellum, the whole Holyaddy Patibellum, but then like the airflow and stuff has like that Fevish Bishop look. There's no pictures of the deck or whatever it is, so I'm told there's no English reviews on it. I could buy this clone and shed some light on what I think about it, but I don't even know what the hell it is yet. And I don't know if I really want it, so it just, I'm super picky on Picatinis. Now, there's a couple RTAs I would like, but I don't know, that's not one of them. I always wanted the, or what do I want? The Monarchy one, the Prime, is that what it's called? I'm curious about that, because that like looks like a kind of like a J3S airflow on it, like the size of it, but yet like I don't know, it's complicated. Well, not the RTA is not complicated, but how I make of it, I don't know. It looks like it would be good though. You know, it's something I always wanted, that Hurricane 1.4 or whatever it is. I never got around to that. The Sputnik RTA, really wanted that. I don't think they may have sold out of that now, which sucks because it's been around for a minute and I just kept putting it off and putting it off. And
マジで無音アトマイザーになるので。
Okay, so yeah, this is like in Japanese or Vietnamese or something like that. This review, it's from a month ago. But yeah, it's the Picatiny, yeah. So, let's just see what the hell. Oh, how did I get on Mark Todd out of nowhere? The end of a. I don't know how it popped up his video. Okay. Yeah, it's exactly like a bishop. Because it even like the airflow pins like stick out into the deck just like a bishop. So I'm trying to see what these posts are like. Okay, what's so complicated about this? It's very small post to post. There's not a lot of distance. It's got a coil jig rest. Seems pretty straightforward to me. He spaced this thing like a mother. It's a round wire. It's got so much space in between the coils. In between the wraps. He's wrapping it around the post really weird too. What is he doing? He can't seem to track the leads? This is probably the same video that he was referencing. I think this guy just coiled it weird. What did he do? It looks like the posts have ledges. Maybe not. I mean, it's like a washer. The screw head looks big enough. I don't see why it would be hard to... Wait, what? Are they not normal screws? Oh, I think that's the problem. There's no screws. Oh yeah, that's bogus. Ooh, no way. I thought it was a flat head. It's a nothing head. I can't believe that's a thing. Why would they do that? They didn't want to pay for screws? He's trapping it with the coil rod and wrapping the wire around it. That's so dumb. I mean, there's just no reason for it. Yeah, it just seems so loose, too. Sure, the resistance probably changes real easily. And garbage. I would never get that. I wouldn't take the risk of buying that. Airflow, it might vape great when you get it functioning properly, but it's not worth the hassle. There's nothing else that different about it. to bother with. Okay, so that answers that question. On like what's the deal with the Picatiny. I like the name. I'm so weird that way. It's like names are important in my opinion. You have such a you know, you have all the opportunity to come up with cool names, and a lot of these companies just come up short in my opinion. You know, and a lot of times it's because foreign companies are trying to come up with English words and they just don't translate well. Look at this thing. This is super old. The Darwin 3, is that what this is called? I just see Darwin now. This is an Evolv mod that has, I guess, like this is a cartomizer or something. Look at that. That's the screen at the top corner. That's the cartomizer. Look how thin and small it is. It's tiny. I've never seen anything like this. And the guys were joking like, I guarantee you'll never be able to find one that works. The wattage it shows on here is 11.9 watts. This is well before my time. I can't believe. Looks like it has a USB. Yeah, I don't know anything about vaping something like that. That is so different. But it seems pretty cool. I think the guy just wants it as a collectible piece, and which is cool. I like when people that do have collections, you know, go out of their way to get something old just because they feel like it had like a big impact in, you know, the history of the chronology of vaping. That's always cool, in my opinion. Here is a Stashbox 1.8R, so 18650. The R has a cutout. Okay, so here is a Stashbox, a regular Stashbox. You see how this window is covered. On this one, it's an open cutout, which really just makes it more like this. You know what I mean? It's the anniversary pattern, so it's the gourd with some BMM stuff in it, like a fedora. Here it is from the front. So from the front, you wouldn't really be able to tell it's any different, right? $500 he wants for it, which is what I paid for this. And considering this is one of the newest mods to come out for BMM, that's a pretty low price. Yeah, so moving right along. So they have those, excuse me, Monarchy, right? Man, Mark was saying Yasik doesn't send him anything. What the hell was that? I think it was this water bottle popping. But yeah, I mean, I feel like Mark gets plenty of views, and he's more of a dedicated high-end user than the other people that he sends it to. I don't know. That just caught me. I was surprised to hear that. I don't think he was joking either. I mean, he could have been, but I don't think he was. Or you think Mateus would send him the Monarchy stuff anyway? I guess he can't. I don't know. But yeah, Monarchy, so they did that MS. Is it called the MS Spectre? Or is Spectre just some made-up thing that 3F Vape came up with? Because they do that. They'll, like, make an additional name. Like the Unknown clone, when that came out, they didn't call it that. They called it the Unreal. And then people started actually believing that that was the name of it. Like people that aren't really in the know. They thought that's what it was called. The Unknown Unreal. That shit was just made up. So here is the Monarchy MS. It's Scepter, not Spectre. The Scepter. I feel like I may have seen them actually call it that. I don't know. The authentic actually comes with 3 pins, 2.5 or 4, 2.53, 3.5, 4. Which I think if you just add like a 1.5 in there, you're pretty complete. I mean, that's biased because I don't really vape below 1.5, but like, props to Monarchy for actually including some shit for once. So this is like for 3F vape, it's still a pre-order, and it's not even $20 because it's not even like a branded clone. So, yeah, anyhow, the whole point of me mentioning this RBA is that I see that they have some toxic ones now, some titanium ones, different colors. So here we go. Here's one. Now these are the solid titanium colors, and you can mix and match. You can pick in the drop-down arrows, you can pick which colors you want for which parts. I did that. If you go look back at my reviews of the Hussar STM RBA, you can see the different colors that I picked. And my in that video, you'll also see, I should have did a review for it, but I didn't. It was my dot mob. Yeah, my Monarchy dot mob. I had different colors for that, and they were also solid colors. And that one I really was happy with the color combination, but I didn't really get along with the RBA itself because it was just finicky with the O-rings and stuff. So here's side by side a toxic MS and the solid colored MS. Pretty good. Here's your toxic M2. So you get it. I think the toxic ones are actually a little more money. They don't charge you more for picking a bunch of different colors too, for the multi-solid colors, which I thought was pretty neat. You know, they don't try to tit for tat charge you up when you make multiple colors. 'Cause I'm sure it's more time consuming for them to have to do different colors for each thing, but the price dictates it. I mean, they ain't cheap when you do that in general. So here is a different looking mod that I've seen. Sometimes you got to go to the comments. If you don't know what something is, just look in the comments because there's a good chance somebody else didn't know what it was either and they asked already what it was. So this is the Vape Monster Eternity X, a little lipo mod. It's a big ass, well, it's not big, it's just a very strange shape. I mean, it's like the block on steroids, because it's so short too. Somebody called it a board cube, a little Star Trek reference, which I thought was pretty funny. Yeah, so here it is. I mean, look at the boro in there, so you can see how short that is. But it just seems very strange to have in the hand. It's a really cool, it's like so you got like stainless plates top and bottom. What looks like a Darwin or 3D printed door, oh no, it's a lipo. So the area where the USB is, that's actually pretty cool because it's a lipo. I guess that's how they got it so small, I mean. But the front looks like raffia. It looks like a control panel or something. So that's cool. Control panel. I never even thought how those words sound together there. Yeah. So a lot of cool protocol stuff I've been following up on. And yeah. Why isn't this? Give me something better here. Okay. This is a neat looking mod. I don't even know what the hell this is. Does anyone know what this is? Looks like a DNA small screen. I don't like that you can see the wrap from the other side, but I don't know. 3 windows are always nice. This is a very boxy shape too. Kind of looks like the size of like a BXR Slim. I made a post the other day about a friend of mine, right? He hit me up and was asking me, have you ever seen juice like this? He showed me this bottle of juice. Check this out. Look how watery this is. That's very watery. Now that's from a vape store shop. It's 30% PG, 63% VG, and 7% H2O. Apparently they put water in e-liquid. I'd never heard of this. When I made the post about it, some people commented, yeah, that's something that they used to do in the past or something. Somebody else said, yeah, they did that because it's the winter and because e-liquid gets too viscous when it's cold out. I don't get it. He's telling me it's not even vaping right because of that. And, like, it's just peculiar to me. I've never heard of that in my life. I didn't know what to tell him. That's why I made a post about it. I mean, so just to reiterate the whole thing about the, what was it called? Not Skrillex, Strix RBA, line, whatever. Here's some more information about that. So here it is without the, sorry about the glare. Here it is without the tank around it, right? This is by Kilic Customs and Ambition, right? Here it is with the tank. They already designate that it's a PCTG tank, so it's not going to crack. Grub screws are 304 stainless steel. Everything else is, oh, the 510 pin is 304 stainless steel. Everything else is 316. And yes, here's an exploded view of it. Sorry if that's looking too blown out, bright. You know, I'm sorry. You know, I'm trying to. This webcam ain't too hot, and trying to see it on my phone, but. And he wrote down the specs of it. I could read them off real quick. Airflow pins, it contains a 3.5 millimeter that's installed, a 3 millimeter, a 2.5, a 2, and a 1. So a fair gamut of pin selection there. It says a 3.0 boro tank. I'm guessing that's how he means, like it holds 3 milliliter. I'm not sure. The price of the Strix without the tank is a mere $36 US. That's really cheap. With the tank, it'll be $50. The black one is $1 more. So the black Strix is $37. The black Strix with the, I imagine the tank is black too. Yeah, so that's also just a couple dollars more. Okay. Estimated shipping date, January 25th. So it's coming out soon. Phillips head type screws. Oh yeah, I have a deck picture as well. Here it is. That's the whole point, right? Pretty simple deck. It's kind of reminds me, the shape of it actually reminds me of that MS mob we were just talking about. Doesn't that look like that too? Phillips head screws. kind of cylindrical, like a round deck, but slightly oblong, like Monarchy has done. Yeah, looks like a wide 3.5. You never, even though it's only opens up to 3.5, I've never had an issue with not getting enough airflow from a Kilic RBA. I feel like they're like a little bigger than they say they are or something. He always includes all the pins, so that's thorough. Okay, here is a Modelski. A new mod from him. Really flashy looking, really neat looking. It's got like the Delro D650 style up and down, the wattage buttons. It's like a bar underneath that triangular fire button, kind of different. It says warning on this side. It's got all this weird shit written in it. He does really good color schemes, I will say. I always like that. Like, this is like a bronze and off-white, so, you know, kind of like a cream color. On this side, sorry, it really looks like a tag or a KBR type thing. You can see the panel comes off as one big panel thing, or maybe it's two panels. This side it says caution and Cybrid or Kybrid. Like, here's the problem. There's like 100 fucking things that use that word, Kybrid or Cybrid, whatever it is. Protocol uses that word. Monarchy uses that word. Now you're using that word. I don't know. There's just other things to call it, right? Sorry to hate, but I get real annoyed with this name stuff. All right, you can't see any of that detail, I imagine, but check it out. It looks cool. It looks like a 3D printed mod. Oh yeah, in the background, this is what we're going to get into next. So in the background is a Protocol Ridge RBA box. Okay, here's the RBA, and then up top that looks like the Ismo Guru Sky tip. That's what I'm seeing. The Ridge, I'm sure, is probably pretty decent. It's got a cool look to it. I think I talked about it a little bit last time. But here's a fancy shot of it with a Protocol. Has these all clear PCTG Proros that look nice. You know, and that's being done now by a number of companies like the Monarchy Kingdo and Unknown has theirs. Unknown has that boro, that the shape of it's supposed to be like the Pac-Man thing. I forget the name of it. A lot of cool stuff from Protocol right now. I found so many cool pictures of Protocol stuff on their group page. I'll brush up on this real quick. Somebody posted this. You probably have seen that. Too bad part of the picture's cut off, or I can move it up a little. This is the Blaze AIO. This is Mike Vapes' new thing with Thunderhead Creation. There's a big logo here that says Blaze. I think he's going to get rid of that. What's that look like, though? It looks exactly like an Astro, in my opinion. Exactly. I mean, it's an Astro and or next up a Kill Light. I mean, it is those things. It really is an Astro. I'm sorry. I don't know, it's probably not Mike's fault. I feel like Mike probably didn't design this one. That's my guess. But that's what they went with. I mean, it's a good shape, so can't say anything bad about that, but it says that it's a waterproof chip. I'd watch the video on it too. My only gripe is the massive logo. Well, I already heard that he's probably going to get rid of that from his video. So after finding out these types of devices need regular cleaning of the contacts similar to the SAN and Raga. Similar, what are you talking about? It's probably normal use stuff. It's not like you gotta do it twice a week or something. Okay. Here's another cool shot of, here's an ion with some RJ panels, and I don't know if all the ridges, I don't think all the ridges are gonna look like this. Here's like a fancy one sitting up top here. That's that Ridge RBA. See how it's like a horizontal slit for the wicking, which is the opposite of the Maven, which had a more vertical slit. Nice little like checkered quilt, whatever pattern, and I guess that's like a Delrin top piece, kind of like how the Monarchy crown would be. I mean, look at this squonk. This is like the... Alright, this isn't Kyber. It's like Cybrid, and Cybrid S2. So, here's this Cybrid. This is the fire button. It's 3D printed. The fire button is pressure. It's got a really cool plate, but it's a mechanical squonk, from what I could tell. I'm pretty sure this one is, anyway. Maybe this is the original one is mechanical and the second one isn't. I wish I could confirm this, but this is right from Guillermo Gomez Garcia. He is the modder of Protocol, and it's a cool shape, and I really like that that panel. Here's the Cybrid. Also awesome looking. This is from David Herrick. He is the modder. Well, it's not a modder, but he runs Coat King. So he does all the Cerakoting for people and various mods, especially like the Astro. I'm guessing he coated this. That panel is awesome looking. It's all black though. Well, the Protocol part is white. It's a great looking shape. But you know, if I was into mechanical squonks, I would love to have this. You know, just to put throw a little fucking Dicodes Extreme in there, and I'll be happy. I love that shape to it. Should I guess I should go all out now and just show you the main thing I wanted to show you. No, I'll show you one more thing. Somebody was selling this. This is a Snitch V2 squonk. Down there, the BMM. You don't see these very often. So the top is the bottom of it, and then here's the front of it. I mean, it doesn't look all that elaborate through these pictures or anything, but so the back is the squonk bottle, and that is what it looks like from the side. So, you know, just in case you've never seen one. This is the Monarchy collab, which is funny, but I said about that thing Christoph said about Monarchy the other day, because it's like they do a lot of collabs, so I don't know. I think he was just trying to make a joke. Yeah. The Q-Bot. I don't really like it compared to the C-Bot. Looks like a tag 60 to me. I mean, it's a little different, but that's that mod. I'll show you the top picture better first. So, exposed battery. So, you know I'm going to diss on it in some way. That mod was for sale, by the way. That Qbot, the guy wants $550 plus shipping. Located in Canada. I just think that's... I mean, it's critical stuff is expensive, but God knows I would not be buying that. I think there's way nicer stuff you could get for that amount of money at this point. Okay. I guess without further ado, well, here's one more thing. So, Protocol has these different boros out. What the hell is it called? Can't even remember. What's it say? Can't even read it. Present is theirs, the future. The present is theirs, the future is ours. I don't know what the name of this thing though is. I can't read it with the font they used. If I read it this way, it looks like it says tick something. If I read it this way, it looks like it says 701. I have no idea. Anyhow, that's the side of it. It's not really all that special. I mean, if you matched it up with certain things, because they have stuff that has that look, like all that Cybrid look, or their new thing that I'm about to show you has this look. That mod, I don't know what that is. Is that like one of those Optimus mods or something? That's the way the battery area looks. But the rest of it, it kind of has that shape of like a gyro, the Geppetto. I mean, it's not made of wood or anything, but it looks like it tapers in here and then goes up. Thought that was a decent shape, despite the, and it's obviously, I mean, this looks super small. Even though it's exposed battery, I thought the shape was cool. Alright, let's do it. Let's do the main, this is what I feel is the main event of stuff to show you. This is called the protocol FTP. And it stands for fuck the pods. Just found that out. I've been seeing this around a little bit. You may not be able to gauge this yet, but this is super fucking small. It's not a standard boro. It's a different, smaller boro that's in there. Yeah. Exposed battery, unfortunately. You'll see that it is regulated on the bottom there. It looks like a DNA80C would fit nicely. And there's some captions that I could read in a minute. I want to show these other pictures. Here is a comparison, like a render comparison. The top is the top plate of this, an ion. The bottom picture is this new FTP mod. So that gives you an idea of how small it is, right? And here's another size comparison on, let's see, when you look at this, I'm like, first off, to me it looks like my shirt's backwards. When you see it, it won't be. So I'm trying to, whatever, you'll have to figure it out. One of them's going to be a protocol ion, and on the other side is this mod. So here's your protocol ion. Okay. Here's a billet box, a protocol. Damn it. in that mod. So, I mean, it's about the same height. It's actually... Did they position these the same? It's a little taller. They didn't even put them evenly, like on the same... They didn't even start from the same height. So, for some reason. So it's going to be taller, but it's much smaller. And for it to be basically the same width as an ion, it's hard to tell if it's the same width or not because it's so much shorter. Like it's side to side width. Its depth, I mean, it's hard to tell. Okay, so anyhow, it's fucking small. Here's another way to kind of get across to you how small this is. Here's a Proro tank, and next to it is what they're calling a P tank for this thing. That's not facing the other direction. That's still facing the same direction. So, juice capacity, I don't know. I don't know how that's supposed to work. Why does my phone say it's 8:39, but it's 12:15? Jeez. Yeah. I don't know how, now it says it's 12:15. I don't know why my, oh wait, was that my screenshot that was up? I think that's what it was. I'm losing it, man. Here's another picture of it, a real picture of this P tank. So it looks like the size of like a dot mod or a dot AIO tank. See, it's pretty small. So what's the payoff here? You have, this is going to really, you know, the capacity thing is going to be for a lot of people, in my opinion. I don't know what they're going to put in there that's going to be small enough, but still, or is it only going to be for like pre-made coils? I mean, I don't get it. It is about fuck the pods, so it may just be for pre-built coils, is what I'm thinking. And if that's the case, I mean, who wants to pay a lot of money for it, in my opinion? I mean, it's, you know, the fire, but it's basically, you know, 38 special type look, you know. Alright, so let's do the rundown real quick. Fuck the pods. D stands for, wait. Fuck the pods project. Right name would be FTDP, where D stands for disposables, but it wouldn't sound as cool. And FTP also stands for follow the protocol. Okay. I've never been a fan of pods, not talking about disposables for me. Those should be eradicated. I loved from the beginning the ritual of building your own setup cotton coils, but a year and a half ago, when many of us were in Stuttgart Expo, they were giving away free disposables. My wife likes them from time to time. Of course, they end up laying in the car glove box for a while. Eventually, I started using them for situations where I could not use my iron box or take it with me. Why couldn't you take it with you? Were you naked? I mean, you always put this thing in your pocket, in my opinion. That's when I felt how versatile they are. You could literally lose them in your pocket. Okay. Every vape trend has standards. 510 threads for RTAs and RD battery standards. 18650. Now we are with bridges. So in order to decrease the size, neither battery or ADI can be easily altered in protocol. We have been using DNA since the beginning. So I'm not interchanging for another chipset for several reasons, so I won't get into that. So the tank, for me, BuildABox is the start of AIOs. They created this incredible system like 10 years ago, and for the last years, the majority of community has moved to this system where many companies like ours create new mods, new addies, new trip tips, but the core is still BuildABox. We have been developing our business around this, and the boro tank has worked so good for us for many years. Of course, I mean, you guys popped off big time with the Proro. Until then, nobody else made their own boros, so except SXK, you know. And all right, so but if I wanted to make something smaller, I'd need to change the tank. Or a tank with a bridge inside has less capacity than the usual squonk bottle, so I didn't want to modify the capacity. Also, I wanted the tank to still work with current mods if needed. So in order to make a smaller tank, I removed the controversial gasket. The boro tanks have this huge wall on their sides, around 3 millimeters on each side. This means a lot of wasted space. The main reason for space is the gasket. Oh shit. And this is how the P-Tank was born. It is a tank that gets rid of the thick side walls, making it way thinner. It has the same capacity as a standard boro. Am I reading that right? Oh, and it's cut off. Oh no, here it is. But having a new tank without a mod seemed weird, so this is where the FTP mod shows up. It's a super compact mod, 21 by 38, assembled with DNA60. I assume DNA60 in the near future. So I think there's a lot of cool stuff going on with vapes, high end, this year so far. That's been designed having it in mind that, assembled with DNA60, that has been designed having it, he missed something, designed having it mind that is the only mod working with our new P-Tank. So we could not take ages in releasing it. Also, it is the easiest mod to assemble we have ever made, regulated. It uses the board switches, and to give it a premium look, every unit has the Ion SS regulated buttons. Those. Naked design, and the rest of it you can see from the pictures below. Yeah, that naked design is exposed battery. Main con about this mod, you could easily lose it. Haha. About the tank, as many of you already know, we have been providing hardware for mod makers for a while now. So any modder that wants to give it a try and build a mod with this is more than welcome to. And that's the write-up. And yeah, you can see the wattage buttons are these buttons. So that is a real mindfuck. I mean, but there's no glass to slide down, and that's like a big appeal of these for me, being able to slide the glass. It's got a pull tab, a plug that strips across the top. Like a lot of, that's why I thought it was going to be the size of a dot RVA. I don't know how he's keeping the capacity the same, so it must just be like tall and thin. Okay. Neat. I'm just glad they're doing different shit. You know, can't knock them for that. Here's another, like, this is like a render of it from distance. I had one other fucking thing in here. I don't know where it went. There was one other mod that I had a picture of. Oh, here's that same mod from before. See, the top plate's neat. Yeah, Protocol's just making a lot of stuff right now. Like a lot of stuff. Protocol and Delro just do a lot. This is the other one. This looks real. I like this the best, I think, because this is just a regular boro mod, I believe. This is the Cybrid 21S 21700. I thought it said 215, which is my old area code, Philadelphia phone number. I guess you could say it kind of like the way it is. Looks like an Orca 2, but like on the other side, or like a Harpy. It's like a Orca Harpy type deal. It's like slightly exposed battery, but not completely. It still has a battery door cover, which I appreciate. These are releasing tomorrow, this mod. So without further ado. So yeah, it's like the Locust, like that battery door cover, like it exposes a little bit of it. Up in here, it looks very Orca-like. Yeah. Okay. I thought I had one more mod to show, but I guess not. That being said, around 20 to 25 mods already. This is for that FTP thing, so he's got 25 of them. I don't know if I explained this well enough to people. Does it work with regular bridges? Yes, it does. I don't own every bridge on the market, but I designed the P-Tank to work with the same inner measurements as the regular boro has. We have stocked a good amount of P-Tanks right now, waiting the mold company to send me the last version of the top rubber ring. We've tested already, it's good. Pre-release winners, their units ship next week. We have also started the second batch of FTP that should be at least 15 to 20 units for the first half of February. Like I said, just glad that we're seeing different stuff. Oh, good thing I remembered this. Here is a new DNA coming out from Mod House. Tony Tuffin is the modder. So we've all seen the new DNA60C. This is the new DNA80C. And the screen on it is more like rectangular looking. So, man, I need a fucking drink of water. Oh, shit. So, today I'm excited. Incredible news. New release from Evolv. And no, they didn't stop after the creation of the DNA60C. I received this step file several weeks ago. Waiting for official confirmation. So the DNA80C is designed for AIO mods, powers up to 80 watts, a large color screen, and finally a USB Type-C port. Availability, scheduled for March. The DNA60C was announced in mid-November, so let's be careful. This is still in development, but exciting to see new innovations that will allow us to create new mods and new designs. I'm currently making a second mod with the boro in parallel with the mod. I will keep you informed of the progress. Pages are the key. Now it's your turn. Share a 3D rendering of the board next week. Official photos. Okay, here's the mod. Tony Tuffin's Mod House. I don't see a name for this mod. For all I know, this mod, no, I've never seen this. This, to me, looks like the, damn it. Oh, man, people are going to be mad at me for not knowing this one. What's it called? The art and mod. Unia or some shit. I can't fucking remember. If I had one, I would know what it's called at least. I like that the fire button is very discreet. It kind of is just like falls into line with the rest of it. There are mods that have this shape, obviously. It's like a 38 special heartbeat basis, but it's more like in line with the classy looking ones. So like the new art mods, the SVA. Anyhow, I'll just let you see it. Stainless top and bottom, tapered or beveled edges, battery door cover, fucking A. Yeah, paint notes of the screen on it at the bottom. Anyhow, that's a rendering. So, you know, here's your fire button up here. There's the screen right there. Your wattage buttons. Type-C port right there. Mod House. Tony Tuffin. So that's the same people that make the Tag 60. Make this. Mod's House. My fault. So he's the first on this so far. Pretty neat. Anyone ever seen this? All Day Borers group on Facebook. His name is Dominic Ball. He does group buy. He runs the group and he does group buys for this mod. I was trying to get my friend to get in on it. The one that bought that liquidy, that e-juice with the water in it. This is called the BM40. 40 because I believe it only goes up to 40 watts. It only goes up to 40 watts. And it's only $40. That's the other, wow. And like $6 shipping. I mean, that's if you're in the US. That's what the group buy with the, they got black ones, they got white ones. I'm pretty sure they're Delrin. Or maybe they're like a metal mix of like acrylic and a cheap metal, like zinc alloy. I don't know what they're made of for real, but I'm just speculating. Okay, here's just ordered another 30 black BM40. So, you know, it's regulated. It's got a screen in the middle there. It's very small. So here it is in somebody's hand. Hold on, he also has been big on these things now, these boro bars. It's basically a disposable that you can, that's the size of a boro, and you can put it in the boro cavity of your boro mod and just use it like a disposable. All those different colors are all different flavors. You know, I don't see the price listed on here. They're all between, you know, they're all meant to be used between 10 and 12 watts. You got flavors like cranberry grape, blue raz ice, strawberry kiwi. You know, it's all this fruit shit that I don't use. I don't see, yeah, there's not one dessert type flavor on there. So that ain't for me. Here's one that's in the Aspire Raga AIO. So it's like just this big block thing that you're used to seeing like an Addy. Here's a beautiful shot from Mr. What's his name? Oswalski, Dan. Beautiful peak ion with the new ion, has new panels as well. You got ones for the Ultim, and I don't think they seem pointless to me. I think this clear panel is perfect. I don't see how you can make it any better. But it looks good with this peak one. And it's got the loop drip tip. He's all protocoled out in this picture. But it really shows off that Ridge RBA very nicely. Looks really nice in there. And instead of having the black crown area, it's got a one that matches. And it's kind of like knurled in a way, but classy. And yeah, it's a very nicely, aesthetically, very nice RBA. Have to say. Okay, is this everything? I told you guys, I mean, I know I talked about the Delrose, the Delro giveaways. Did I ever show you any pictures of them? Like here was one. Here was another. Rezos, what they were doing. I don't know if I ever showed you that. I should have. Yeah, just to show you that I'm not crazy. So Delmar Vapor Lounge, that's like the local vape shop to this area where I live. South Delaware, Bethany area, Ocean View, Millsboro. This one was probably in Millsboro. There's a couple of them. So take a look. I mean, it says strawberry 50%, banana 50%. It says PG30, VG63, H2O 7. And then I see 30 milligram slash, and then it cuts off. So I'm guessing that was the nicotine concentration, but I don't think that's accurate because it's a very clear. When I showed you the viscosity of it, it's very clear juice. I know that flavors probably didn't have any sweetening, but usually nicotine has some kind of color. I mean, it was clear as day. He told me it was less nicotine, but I don't know what 30 milligram would mean otherwise. Anyhow, just to see it for yourself. H2O. H2O! Water sucks. Very peculiar. Here's the mod that I gave him. I had a jellyfish box mod by Rinco or whatever. It was brand new. I bought it brand new for $30, and he was talking about vaping. He wanted to vape because he smokes like 2 packs a day, and so I just gave it to him, and he ended up just using it for his like weed thing. There's an ashtray in the background, but yeah, here's that mod. It's clear acrylic. I gave him the battery too. It's a Sanyo battery, and my dad had some cheap multi-battery charger that could do 2700s and 18650s and stuff. I still have another one, so I gave that to him too, just because I would have given him an internal battery mod, but I really don't have any, except my like original Drag 2 Mini, and that was my first real box mod, so I didn't want to give it away. But yeah. These are cool. It was like a fake, I don't know if I ever had it in Alive. I may have got rid of it by then. It was basically like the fake Vicious Ant Duke. The clear Vicious Ant Duke. Looked just like that. Had that vibe. They even stole the logo. It looked like the Vicious Ant logo. Clear copy. You know what I mean? Heavily influenced. You know, you see it all the time. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, I think I showed that last time though. Alright, so I'd say that's all that's the new, and that's the new, and that's the way it goes, or what do they say in fucking in Rick and Morty in that one episode. And that's the way the news goes. That's what it is. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I hit everything. I didn't think I'd get through it. Well, I'm tired of always fucking droning on about the same shit. I'm sure y'all are tired of hearing it. I can only talk about the same stuff so much, right? So. Let's see what Bogan has to say. Or it's what Nick. Yeah, I'm gonna make. This is like a mindfuck, right? It's me posting a video of Nick posting a video about Bogan.
So if you haven't seen already, my video obviously telling everybody how fucked Australia's vape situation is about to become. Everything's banned in terms of imports and all the shops are going to be shut down. You'll only be able to get your fucking vapes through a pharmacy. It'll cost you fucking $80 for a little pod system with 6 little...
Oh no, it wasn't that. It was more than that. I have the vlog up here right now from yesterday. If Florida does a vape ban, I will be so pissed because one of the vendors I get my juice from is in Florida. Budget eliquids or whatever. They have some stuff I really like. And I'll be pissed if I can't get it from them. And there's other fucking companies out there, but still. I gotta find this breakdown. It was so much money. I couldn't believe it. Oh, where's this at, man? Oh. Here it is. Here it is. The Vive monthly treatment plan. You get 12 pods and a free device. He said a free battery, I thought. The strength would be 1.6%, so that's Nick salt. So it's strong as fuck. Flavorings, tobacco. Okay. New order. You have to place a new order every 25 days. It's $244.95. So basically like $250 once a month, slightly less than once a month. To get 12 pods? 12 pods for $250? And a free device. So after you get that one device, you get a new device every time? Is that still included in the price every time? Or do they reduce it now that you already got one mod? Or how's that going to work? Free shipping, at least. Yeah, no, it's just fucking crazy. What's that website? Births Health, BURS, health.com.au. Now, is that 244 Australian dollars? Because that's like half the price, if not less, I think, than American dollars. But it has a dollar sign. Does Australia still use dollar signs? Or do they use something different? It doesn't say like USD or AUD at the end of the amount, so I can't really tell what that entails. I looked on Legion's channel, Legion Layer, and he was talking about taking all his videos down. I think I mentioned that before, which just seems crazy to me. If they're not coming after you specifically, brush it under the rug so you don't know anything about it, in my opinion. And Bogan commented on that video too. I think after I commented and pretty much reiterated the same thing, or said something like, you shouldn't be held accountable for content that was made pre this bullshit law. So I think Legion was just worked up about it, and we do, I've done that. You just, when shit goes wrong and you're worked up about it, you overreact and say, well, fuck it, I'll go all out and delete everything. I hope it doesn't come to that for him. So, you know, I don't see a need for all that. But okay, so hit everything. Blaze RBA is now a Blaze AIO, and yeah, I mean, there was this. Mark Todd was showing off this new mod that not that he has, that he likes, or I don't know if he bought one or is getting one. I forget the fucking name of it. I wish I had a picture. Anyhow, it reminds not just me or him, it reminds everybody of this, an E-Leaf Pico stick. Pico Plus, this one is. It looks just like the original, but this is still the 18650 Pico. But, you know, anytime you see the battery cap sticking up like that and this kind of shape, it's going to take everyone back to this mod. Pico. Classic. Even the high-end people can appreciate this one. I mean, it's just a very sleek style. It's very, this was probably like a $15 mod, $20 mod. Alright, I've been talking my ass off for way too long. Yeah, I've finally been using this thing. I think I showed this last time. I'm losing my fucking mind. Dual coil, high end. M80. Tiny little round wires in there. Very good tolerances here. Still have this thing going, the Mullen. I slapped it in this instead. Which is weird, because now it's working. Remember I couldn't get it to work in anything? Or no, wait a minute. Did I put it in this mod? I can't remember. I thought I had to put it in a different one. And, you know, I've been using my Bestia throughout the stream with a Titanium Mob Mini, crownless, with the one marshmallow in there. Protocol shifter tip, white Delrin, as is the mod white Delrin with frosted panels, DNA75. This is the juice. I need to mix something up with this. I haven't been using this, my cornflake sugar cookie. The Mullen has this in it, obviously. Good old Barat R, Midge, Defy tip. With my longest used juice I've ever had. I've been running this for 4 years. Beer Tobacco Chino. Natsu with the bow reel. You know the whole works. Alright. So that'll do it. We're almost at an hour and a half. And if you stayed this long, thank you. Oh, here's my original ion with the Bridge 1.2 Plus. And transistor basic B. Protocol quantum tip. Control. Oh, I found out the name of these. Marble. This panel colorway is finally, it's called the marble style. Very old control panels. But they're classic. Alright. Yeah, I still got some shit to do. I've been editing a lot of stuff. I filmed this concert a couple months ago, I think, and I still am editing different songs for them. It's 2 different camera angles. It's tedious. Got a couple other little film gigs I've got coming up. I've been working a different job. I think I've said before, working at a beer distributor recently because my regular work is slowed down because the weather, it was snowing earlier. We had snow covering the ground. It looks like it's already gone. Must have turned to rain. So, yeah, the weather's been shit the last couple of weeks for me. I've been feeling it in my, wallet-wise. So, things have been kind of But it gives me more time to do stuff like this. So, you know, at least try to do something productive with it. I got some short videos to edit that I thought was like a neat idea. I made a short a week or two ago. It got a lot of views. I'm seeing other shorts. It's something I would forget about. I'll never bother utilizing it. I mean, you can't say much in a short. You know what I mean? But I mean, you could get some really clean visuals. You know, if I break out different lenses and just put a quick little 30-second edit together, however long they are. Yeah, I got another video I already shot. What did I do? Oh, I did another clonome type video that I have to edit, and so hopefully get that done maybe today or tomorrow. We'll see. We'll go from there. All right, I still got one thing coming in the mail. It's it's been taking a minute, and still might do the dope comparison video. Or you guys got any ideas? Anything you want to see more of? If you know what products I have, and you'd like to see more coverage on them, maybe my review was with the old setup and you want a better view of it, or whatever. Let me know. I'm here to give you guys whatever info or visuals on all this stuff that I can. So, all right, y'all have a good day, and I'll see you.